guys, I am Madison or Mads, and today we're going to be doing a video that I am personally really excited for. So, Freida McFadden is my favorite author. Thrillers are my favorite genre, and I just cling on to anything that this woman writes, even if it's not objectively the best. So when thinking of ideas for videos, I just knew this would be a really fun one for me. And hopefully it's a fun one for you guys too. And always, of course, feel free to drop your own opinions in the comments below. But yeah, if you're someone who loves Freida McFadden novels half as much as I do, then I hope you love this video. Okay, as you can see, I am now just gonna be here in the corner and you're gonna watch as I deeply struggle with this. Okay, to start, I have to say there are several that I've not read. There are a lot that I have read, but there's also several I have not read. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of some of those. I think I'm gonna reserve E for just things I've not read yet. Okay, so The Wife Upstairs, The Ex, The Devil You Know, The Devil Wears Scrubs, Dead Med, Baby City, The Widow's Husband's Secret, Do You Remember, Want to Know a Secret. I'm excited to read that one. Okay. Oh, Brain Damage. Not read that. Okay, that actually does not leave me with a lot. I feel like I just took half of the list off. But, okay, time to lock in. Okay, this first one is going to be easy for me. The Housemaid's Wedding, probably the worst thing I've read by Freida. It really served no purpose. Freida's my favorite, but it is a horrible story. It serves no significant purpose. Like, where is the plot? What is the plot here? The whole short story. Why are we talking about a dress? We're just talking about a dress. So, D. And since I had to kind of fill up E with stuff I've not read, I'm gonna go ahead and classify D as like lowest grade. Because I can't rate books I've not read. So, okay, The Perfect Son. Okay, The Perfect Son. The Perfect Son, okay. I have to, for now, I'm gonna say B. For now, I'm gonna say B. Because, listen, The Perfect Son is good, but Freida can do better. Death Row. I'm so sorry for the ads at the bottom. Jesus. Okay. I want to do Death Row because I have a hot take about Death Row. As you can see, Death Row is S tier for me. I was just like completely mind blown reading that, and I realized that it's hit or miss with people, but for me, chef's kiss. I absolutely love that book, if you can even call it a book. I just listened to the audiobook, obviously, but I loved it. I flew through it, obviously, because it's so incredibly short, but like, if you're gonna do something that short, I think she nailed it. With Death Row, she nailed it. With The Housemaid's Wedding, nobody needed that. Nobody needed that. Okay, The Boyfriend. The Boyfriend. Okay. I'm thinking. I'm finding it. The Boyfriend. I'm gonna have to say... Is it B or is it C? Is it B or is it C? There's probably gonna be people like, actually it's A. I'm gonna put it in B for now. B for now. B for now. Okay. The Teacher might be A for me. I feel like everyone's about to roast me for my opinions. I'm so scared. Especially because Never Lie just came up, and I know for a lot of people that's like S tier. It's like their favorite Freida book, but My favorite Freida book is not, oh my god, I'm about to make everyone mad and click off. My favorite book by Freida McFadden is not Never Lie, and it's not The Housemaid. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Neither of those are my favorite Freida book, but we'll get to that. Never Lie is good. Oh my god, The Coworker. Can we just go ahead and do C for now? Oh, no. No, sweetie. No, sweetie. The Crash is quite low for me. Quite low. Yeah. If you liked The Crash, why? Can I ask why? Okay, let's revisit Never Lie. Never Lie. Oh, man. It was good. It was good, but it's just it was good, but it could be better. B for now. I'm just gonna classify everything as B because I love Freida. But we can move around. We're free to move around, so we are not married to anything. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. The Housemaid. The Housemaid is gonna go in A for me right now. Oh, but The Housemaid's Secret. Okay, see, this is where my hot takes come in. When I think of The Housemaid, can I just be so honest? The book I think of is The Housemaid's Secret. I really liked that book. That was The Housemaid for me. That was my housemaid. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know that The Housemaid, the OG, set the groundwork, and without that there would not be The Housemaid's Secret or The Housemaid is Watching, but I love The Housemaid's Secret. I like it. I like it. More than The Housemaid. Don't hurt me. One by One was not anything crazy for me. One by One was very underwhelming to me. Also, I just realized I have been looking at my viewfinder the entire time and that I should have been looking at you, the camera. So, sorry. Sorry in advance for that, but not actually in advance. Okay guys, I'm actually having so much fun. I gotta do this with more stuff. This is so much fun. So Ward D is really good. Ward D is really good. Okay, Ward D is really good. And to me, it is better than The Inmate, and to me, those are siblings. Hear me out. Hear me out. When I think of Ward D, I think of The Inmate and vice versa. They are like they're some of her strong psychological thrillers. So in my mind, they're siblings. But if they're siblings, my favorite child is probably Ward D. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and put Ward D in A. Do Not Disturb. Do Not Disturb was pretty interesting, but I believe my rating was like 3 something, if I remember correctly. I think I black out when I rate books because I fear I do go back and I'm like, okay, I would not rate this that anymore because like I've read, say, another Freida book. I will rate something like 3 stars and I'm like, but this is a 3-star. And I'm like, but this one's better than that one. So I am guilty of going back and changing my rankings, I fear. So don't believe anything I say, basically, other than my number 1, which I am going to get canceled for. But my number 1 is my number 1. Sorry. I think I'm actually going to move, hear me out, The Housemaid's Secret to S tier. Okay, Do Not Disturb. It was good. It was good. I'm waiting on it to be better. I'm kidding. Sorry, Freida. Okay, I'm thinking C for that. We were talking about, okay, wait. We were talking about One by One. Why were we talking about One by One? Why were we talking about One by One when Do Not Disturb was the next one? I don't know. One by One, okay. Like I was saying, One by One, I don't think it's as bad as these in D, but do I think it's, I'm gonna allow it in, okay. I might move The Coworker to D. I don't think The Coworker is as bad as The Crash or The Housemaid's Wedding, but I don't think The Coworker is as good as One by One. And maybe even Do Not Disturb. So, again, I'm free to move these around. That will probably happen a bit. Okay, The Intruder. The Intruder. Oh, that's an easy one for me. That is an easy one for me. Can I just be really vocal about that real quick? I love The Intruder. The Intruder to me is... Okay, so The Intruder is Freida's newest book, and to me it might honestly be her most well-written. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that? I'm saying it. I think The Intruder is Freida's best written book, probably. I think. Yes, of course, like with many of Freida's books, there are predictable elements, but it was just so good. It was really well written, really well executed, even if some parts were predictable. There were parts that I found significantly less predictable than others. So, there's that. I'm gonna get canceled. The Housemaid is Watching. I also have a hot take on that. I really liked The Housemaid is Watching, and when I initially read it, I gave it 5 stars. I have since backtracked on that. The Housemaid's Secret is probably my favorite from the series, but I will say, initially reading, it was The Housemaid is Watching, so I need to put that in A at least. Of course, anything, well, not anything because there is The Housemaid's Wedding, but for the most part, things in the Housemaid series are going to be high for me, like everyone else. Other than The Housemaid is Watching, I know that's a really low one for a lot of people. Whereas for me, I loved it, so do with that what you will. Okay, The Gift. The Gift is a fun one to do. Let's do The Gift. I read The Gift last month, actually, with it being Christmas time and everything. It was perfect. I flew through that. And I did thoroughly enjoy it, but obviously I can't get too generous because of the length, with Death Row being the exception, because Death Row was just fantastic in my eyes. So, I'm going to go ahead and put The Gift in B, because it was really good, but there's just so much better. You can't really rate something like The Gift along with The Intruder and The Housemaid, you know? So, The Inmate, Ward D's sibling in my mind. I'm gonna put The Inmate in B. And The Surrogate Mother, I really liked The Surrogate Mother. And I will say I think I liked The Surrogate Mother better than anything I have in B. So is it A? The Surrogate Mother might be A for me. Don't come for me. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna live my truth. I don't care if I piss everyone off. I'm gonna live my truth. So I think The Surrogate Mother is an A for me. The Tenant, A or B. And okay, let's play around with this before I show you my hottest take of all. Let's play around with what we have. So, I have Death Row, The Housemaid's Secret, and The Intruder in S tier. And I'm gonna be honest, I feel good about that. I'm not overthinking anything there. A, The Teacher, The Housemaid. Ward D, The Housemaid is Watching. The Surrogate Mother, The Tenant. I'm being way too generous. I think I'm being way too generous in A because S and A need to be a little elitist. I need to be a little elitist here instead of just throwing everybody in A. Like, why is there the most in A other than what I've not read? So, what needs to go? What needs to go? Who am I going to make mad? Okay. Okay. I'm going to take The Teacher down to B. I think that's okay to do. And then I actually think I'm going to continue to leave that alone for now because I love Freida. So yes, I've been way too generous in A tier. But it's no longer the most filled, which makes me feel a little bit better. Okay, B. The Teacher, The Perfect Son, The Boyfriend, Never Lie, The Gift, The Inmate. Okay, I am probably being a little generous with The Perfect Son. It was a good read, but I don't know if it's that high. So maybe that as well as The Gift. Bring that down. Okay. So these four are our new B tier. And then C becomes Do Not Disturb, One by One, The Perfect Son, The Gift. Okay guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I think I have to put The Perfect Son back in B because The Perfect Son is better than the others in C tier for me. So I fear I do need to put that back. Okay. So now my C is Do Not Disturb, One by One, and The Gift, and I think I can live with that. So D is The Housemaid's Wedding for obvious reasons, The Crash for what I believe to be obvious reasons, and The Coworker. I did not hate The Coworker as much as other people, but yeah, the turtles. The turtles. What's up? So E is just what I have not read. I have nothing against any of those as I've not read them. I do really want to read Dead Med, and I have already ordered Want to Know a Secret, and I think that, let's see. Dead Med is her first thriller, I think. Don't quote me on that. But to my understanding, Dead Med, which was actually Sewer Slide Med, if you catch my drift, and then I think it was turned into Dead Med. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but that is my understanding, and as well as it being her first book. Well, maybe not her first book, but her first thriller for sure, because I've looked into this. I think that's right. So I really want to read that, and I'm really looking forward to reading Want to Know a Secret because I've already ordered it. So, okay, the the thing that everyone is going to cancel me for. The Locked Door! The Locked Door is in S tier. Hear me out. Hear me out. I love our main character. Like, hello, she's a badass who has a complicated past, obviously, and she's a bit mysterious, and she listens to jazz. She does some other things that make me really like her. Dare I say. So yeah, The Locked Door is my favorite Freida McFadden book, and that's a hill I'm willing to die on. It doesn't have to be everybody's favorite book by her, but it is mine. And I will say that there probably is a logical explanation to this. If you think I'm crazy, hear me out. It was the first Freida book I ever read. The Locked Door is the book that got me into Freida McFadden in the first place, who I love. I absolutely love Freida McFadden. I don't fly through anyone's books like I do hers. Yes, they tend to be on the shorter end, but even books the same length, it could take me significantly longer to get through. So I absolutely love Freida. Probably my favorite thriller author. I know that's a hot take as well. But yeah, she's just what works for me. I don't have to only read classic literature and everything. I can like what I like, and it's Freida McFadden and The Locked Door, especially The Locked Door. So that is my ranking. Okay guys, thank you so much for tuning in as I did a very raw Freida McFadden book ranking. As you can see, I am a big Freida girl. I do have, so listen. So my boyfriend actually built this bookshelf for me for Christmas. God love him. That is like the most thoughtful gift I've probably ever received. Love him much. But I was so excited to put my books in a proper place because they previously were not. So that is why the organization is kind of chaotic. See, I have most of my Freida books here. Don't question why I have two of The Tenant. That was not intentional. And then I have The Intruder down here. If you can even tell that, I don't know. I don't know if you can even see that. But I do actually have The Intruder separate from the others because I'm a paperback girl, and The Intruder is unfortunately hardback, so I just stuck it with my other hardbacks. But anyway, yeah, so the ones I actually own are The Surrogate Mother, One by One, The Locked Door, Do Not Disturb, The Housemaid, The Housemaid's Secret, The Housemaid is Watching, The Inmate, Ward D, The Coworker, The Teacher, The Boyfriend, The Crash, two of The Tenant, and The Intruder. I believe that is all of my Freida books that I own, but not all of the ones that I've read. Did I say The Gift? I have The Gift as well. Yeah, it's so small, but I think that's The Gift right there. So I am a huge Freida girl. I told you that from the start in the first video. This is not the last time you will hear me mention that woman's name. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of my ranking. Feel free to give me your own ranking, or just drop your favorite Freida book in the comments. Just let me know, and let me know if you're interested in more content like this. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in for today's video, and I hope to catch you in the next one.